Hello, Spokes. While I was gallivanting around South Dakota last week with my sister and attending my family reunion and my mom's birthday and all the fun things that we did up there, Larry was in the shop getting some new shoes put on. And I thought I would show you these. These are the new tires that he got. These are about a 1/4 inch wider. They're very much more treaded, and the pressure on these is about 20 pounds less than what I was used to. I was running 80 pounds in my skinny tires. These only hold 60. And all of those factors combined, I was concerned were going to be reducing my mileage on the road, and it may be true to a certain extent, but I have to tell you, I love these tires because they are they're much more stable on the road. If there's any soft parts that I've had to go through, I've gone through them without swerving or anything, which was a big problem with the skinnier tires. And they are just an all-around more comfortable ride. I don't know the brand. Let's see, these are WTB tires. I can't remember exactly what brand they are or what model they are, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that for the other bikers that might be watching my blog, and for long distance touring, I really do think that these wider tires are a better deal. And the skinny tires were great for the trip up here. I got a lot of miles on them. The rolling resistance is very little. There was hardly any tread on them whatsoever. They were great, but like I said, these thicker tires, which I was nervous about getting, but the guy at the bike shop in Lincoln recommended them. They do a great job, and I'm really happy with them. And while we're talking about it, I thought I might also give you a quick review of the long-haul truck. Larry is a Surly long-haul trucker. Surly is the brand name. Long-haul trucker is the model. This is a very popular bike for long-haul tourists, and there's a couple things that I wanted to say about it. If anybody is debating on whether they should spend the extra money to get a long-haul trucker as opposed to some of the slightly more inexpensive bikes, I would highly recommend that you do go with the long-haul trucker. There's a reason it's popular. This has been a great bike so far. I haven't gone over any mountain ranges or anything like that yet, but I have had some good climbs and some nice smooth roads. The gearing on it is very well done, and I'm not going to go into the details on what the gearing and all the specs are on the bike because you can go to the Surly website to get all that. I will just tell you that the gearing is great for hills and for smooth roads. And also, couple things. I was concerned about these bar end shifters because I really thought that they would get in the way. And they don't as far as riding is concerned. But on occasion, if you're careless, you can turn it the wrong way, and these will actually bump into the bike itself. Now, of course, the remedy for that is to be more careful, which I have learned to be, and I've only bumped it a couple times. It hasn't scuffed my paint tip yet. They are padded, so it's okay. I thought these bar end shifters were going to be really difficult to get used to. They are actually quite nice, and I've gotten used to them. I got used to them right the first ride that I was on. I was really concerned that they would be in the wrong spot to reach when you're riding, but they do a very good job. Very hard to find a mirror for this bike, by the way, because most mirrors, when you put them on the bike, they will block all you really see is your thigh. But this mirror I found, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I hope it's on here. It's a Blackburn mirror. It is designed to be installed right here on the handlebars where the brakes are. I put it on there, and it was terrible. It wobbled, you couldn't see anything. It was really, really awful. But I finally found that I could put it down here lower, right next to the end of the bar, and I've got a tie right here on one of those plastic ties that holds it firmly in place, along with the Velcro tie that came with it. It has been perfect. So anybody who's looking for a mirror, look, there's me. Anybody who's looking for a mirror to fit their long-haul trucker, this is actually not too bad. What else? Highly recommend this kickstand. This is, I'm sure you've seen in the videos that I've had before, this kickstand actually picks the bike up a couple of inches off of the ground, and it either leans front or back, whichever way you want. if you are debating whether to get a kickstand, highly recommend a kickstand, because I've had many occasions where there is nothing to lean the bike up against. You're going to have to drop it, lay it down on the ground in order to do anything with it. This bike is very standard except for this seat. The seat came with, or the saddle, whatever you want to call it, the saddle that came with this bike was very hard. I don't know why they put such a hard seat on the bike. This saddle is actually from my 12-year-old Cannondale bike, which I already had obviously broken in because I've been riding it for 12 years. So I changed it out, and I might put the other one back on when I get home and see if I can break that one in the same way. What else have I got? Oh, if you get a long haul trucker, you have a lot of options on racks that you can get. But I highly recommend, once again, that if you have just a couple of extra dollars to spare, and actually these are a little expensive, but these Surly nice racks, and I'm doing the quote fingers because they're called nice racks, they are fantastic. Very sturdy, very, very solid. I mean, and when you're riding, I mean, you don't hear nothing. Oh, I know what I was going to mention. Well, there's a lot of debate about whether you should have a steel bike or an aluminum bike or a carbon fiber bike when you're buying a tour bike. This bike is a steel bike, and it is not heavy as you would imagine. It is a very light bike without all the extra stuff on it that I got. And most of the tourists say that they prefer a steel bike for two reasons. Number one, they bend, and number two, they bend, which makes them more comfortable. And number two, if you take them to a foreign country, they can be easily welded, whereas opposed to aluminum and carbon fiber are a little bit more difficult to repair. But when you have it fully loaded like this, it actually, you can feel it move when you're going over things, which makes it more comfortable because it's not bouncing on things, it's actually kind of moving over them. And I don't know if that makes sense to anybody who's watching this, but that's why I think a lot of people prefer a steel bike. So there you have it, the quick review of the Long Haul Trucker. I couldn't be happier with this bike, and I guess I'll probably give a final review when I go finish my tour, but I can't imagine that it's going to give me too much more problems. This has been a wonderful bike, and I say go for the Long Haul Trucker.